got some sieving going on here, so I'm going to pop that there. Maybe you can do some turning and I'll do some sieving.
Might just...
So girls, very nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hello Sophie. Hello Daisy.
Hi.
Tell me about this amazing community composting scheme that you have managed to set up and when you did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we started just after lockdown. This is a circular system for Hay-on-Wye.
Yeah.
We offer a collection and a drop-off service for local households. They can bring their food waste here, or we'll nip down on an e-bike and grab it for them. Everything gets processed through this Ridan here, comes out the other end. And actually, so here we've got what it looks like when it comes out the other end. It takes anywhere between about 2 weeks and a month to end up looking like this. We were really impressed when we first got this to see how it turned out.
So 2 weeks to a month. And has it got Bokashi in it?
Yes, so our collection members, we give them Bokashi with their buckets at the start. So you see some of our jars going on over there.
Love it.
Yeah. So they use it throughout the month. So we're doing the pre-Bokashi composting before it gets here, which helps smells, helps a bit of fermentation to get going.
Holds on to nutrients, and I mean
Yeah.
it's a really nice little, having that kind of fermentation stage and then thermophilic stage and then maturation phase, like this whole 3-step process, which again kind of like it feeds into this community craft and process and holding on to waste and nutrients and feeding then the community in that cycle is something we're really achieving.
Yeah. And then so you sieve it.
We sieve it through. So actually, if I just pop one of these glasses on.
So we call this the screening process, where anything that's still food waste goes back in the Ridan, and anything that's not goes into maturation bay where the worms get at it.
And
so this is why it's like quite essential that we ask our community members that are using this process to like cut up their food waste as much as possible, because sometimes if a whole potato
We've
goes
got a
in,
whole potato here.
it just gets baked in the Ridan, and the Ridan's belly can't break it down.
And so this stuff, to be honest, will go back through into the Ridan, and that's what goes into the maturation phase. So we're getting really fine, nice, nice collection there, and we mix it with dead leaves, and when we have access to it, mushroom blocks sourced from local areas. So there's like plenty of of extra carbon going in. That's also got a bit of fungal presence.
Shredded cardboard. Well,
Shredded
perforated cardboard.
Yeah.
Which
And
again
then-
is.
No, and then that goes to the worms.
Yeah, so we kind of layer this out like a little lasagna method, which also kind of helps aerate the compost without needing to turn it outside, and the worms and the fungi love it. So it's kind of creating a nice little home for those. Like the fungi is able to kind of move across this a lot quicker than it can bits of wood chip that are already in the compost. And again, it's a really lovely hiding place for worms and a breeding ground, which we definitely want to
And have you got a
encourage.
nice supply of worms?
We have got a nice supply.
We do have such a lovely supply of worms. I don't know if you've ever heard of Wiggly Wigglies.
Yeah, I have.
They're great.
Okay, girls. So, how long does this process actually take from start to finish? And what happens to the compost once you have finished?
So when members have filled up their bucket, which is a 10-litre pink bucket, they come here, they empty it, they match it 1-to-1 with wood chip, which is
looking a little empty at the moment, admittedly, but yes.
There's still a bit.
So this is all locally sourced and donated as from byproduct from other people's businesses. We have like a spoon whittler, tree surgeons, crafters, makers. They match it, they turn the handle. Within 2 weeks, that's pretty much passed through and come out. We screen it, we mature it. Our minimum month is 6 months of maturation, and anything kind of below that's really not enough time for the whole soil food web creatures to kind of find equilibrium. So we kind of, after 6 months, we're like, cool, we're ready to go. But we usually wait until the maturation bays are all full. We need the space. So when that's done, we get it tested. We do a soil analysis for the soil food web, and then members come and collect it, and then we try and sell it
Right back.
That's
If you like bad
amazing.
living soil.
And so, out of all the buckets of waste that they bring, how much compost would they end up with?
So it's kind of like we're still kind of in a teething period of that, because it just depends how much we've got. But the last lot got 25 litres back. and that's kind of happening every 6 months.
And they're bringing their waste every week?
Yes.
Yeah. And have you found that because they are dealing with their waste, that they reduce their waste? Is that part of it, or?
Well, this is an interesting one because obviously it's a paid subscription, right? So there's a potential argument of wanting to make the most of your money.
Yes.
But because they are limited to a 10 litre bucket, I would assume and think that people are really reassessing what they really do need to throw out and what they could actually make some more stuff out of. So yeah, it's an interesting one, that.
And what about your thoughts on home composting? Do you find that people are talking to you about that, and what's your thinking? Because your community composting, is that good with home composting, or?
Absolutely,
very much so. Yes, we please everybody do composting.
If you have access to a garden and doing it yourself, that's amazing. And we would always encourage people to use our living soil as an inoculant to their compost as well. Like let's start up your process. If your compost is looking a bit stagnant, add some living soil to it. There's added biology that is really condensed. Because we also wouldn't say you'd use this compost like you would regular compost. Like it is so dense with nutrients and biology that you'd want people to make an extract out of it, or it's like a small offering to a patch.
And we sometimes talk about it like a sourdough starter. It starts an existing process and gets everything bubbling away and going. So if you're composting at home, you can't be doing enough of this. It's great.
That's amazing. And how have you funded this? Because a Ridan's not cheap.
No.
And I presume you girls have to feed the cat.
We certainly do.
So our original, over 4 years ago, the community actually paid for the first setup. We put on a benefit gig, and we had loads of local artists donate crafts and artwork, and we did a raffle, and we made enough money from that to buy our Duraform tumbler, which is at our first site.
It's a much smaller version of this, but is our baby. It's such a fantastic
It's our little
equipment.
baby that really got us going. And then since then we've had co-op funding. What was that? Community co-op?
Yeah, so I mean, actually, this is the co-op have a really great scheme. The co-op community fund, and so everybody's points the co-op go towards supporting a local cause, and we were one of those local causes, which we were really honoured to be picked for that. That was really
lovely.
nice. So that got us with our cardboard shredder, which is a mad piece of equipment, but we love it.
Bicycle powered, you sit on it.
Use the pedals, and it got us started as well, actually, with building some of our first maturation bays, and then from there we actually developed into. So this equipment was funded by the Brecon Beacons National Park. They funded everything actually that you see here. All of our buckets, our all of the equipment. They've been absolutely fantastic. And then in the last year, we've had funding from National Lottery, which is amazing. The Awards for All have supported us with what we've been doing, and it feels like such a kind of vote of people really believe in this, and these institutions, they want to see more of this. It's really brilliant.
Their main funding has gone towards our learning engagement program of this year. So we have 6 workshops on a ticketed tier system, which are actually free for our members to use, and then on kind of like a donation base for the general public. Pay what you can, because we don't education finances shouldn't be barriers, and especially when it comes to like environmental action education, where people can really learn hands-on and then go and do it in their community or go and do it in their back garden. So we've got workshops tailored for children, gardeners, composters, all the way up to farmers and agriculturists. Which is something that we would really like the community to get more on board with. Like, we're in a town of books. Lots of people have a lot of cardboard to get rid of, but also there's a lot of companies that ship their products, and they're buying in bubble wrap, or they're buying in perforated cardboard, and we're like, actually, can't we just, if we could have some sort of membership scheme where people pay us to remove their cardboard and they get environmentally friendly bubble wrap back to be able to post things without them getting damaged. So,
amazing.
And then also our worms love it, so little treat for the worms.
You mad woman. Mad
The
woman.
compost gym! Watch your fingers in it, you know? Leaves in here.
Okay. What have we got here then, girls?
So this is our matured living soil that's come out of the Ridan, and this is about 7 months old. So members are due this back, and yeah, it's just like, it smells amazing. There's lots of worms. We've got lots of leaf litter in here as well, and as you can see, lots of cardboard.
And will you need to dry this, and will you need to sieve this, or what's the procedure?
So I've been sieving it when it comes to sowing seeds, but if it's being used as a mulch, I would just pour it straight on.
Yeah.
Pour it
use
straight
it
on.
as an
I mean,
inoculant.
the only reason I'm sieving it is just to get it into fine seed blocks, you know,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of carbon in here, so there's lots of wood chip. Sometimes there's bones, there's a bit of biochar in here as well, so. But we would always recommend people to use it as like an inoculant or a tea, and so the biology goes a lot further.
Yeah.
Like it's not compost, it's living soil, it's
Yeah.
an inoculant, so
Love it.
different from the garden centre.
The more surface area there's more area for the microbes to cling to as well. So, and sieving it is brilliant for the seedlings, but we don't want to sieve this if we're using it as an inoculant, because also that will break up the fungi. It'll break up the mycelium network that's in there, the food web size network. So, yeah, we try to use this almost as raw as it comes, unless we're sowing seeds.
And so, do you send a bucketful back, or how does it work?
Send a bucket full of what, sorry?
Do you send a bucket full of compost back to whoever the members are?
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
come and collect it.
Yeah.
And our collection members that we do the once a month whiz round, we drop it off at their door.
Yeah,
On
on
the
our
bike.
rebite and our trailer.
On their bike and trailer,
Yeah.
which is really, really lovely. And we sell it at markets in little Hessian bags with the encouragement again to make inoculants. And it's nice. We found when we're selling it and we have a bucket on display or a wheelbarrow on display, people are like, wow, look at all those worms.
Yeah.
But yeah, 7 months ago, this was food waste. This was the community's food waste, and the transformation is absolutely amazing in such a short amount of time.
Love it.